Hello, everybody. I'm back. I've already done videos on this channel, so obviously that seems stupid to say, but 3 games to catch up on so I can officially get every game recapped on this channel. This will be really rapid fire through the Western Conference portion of the Pacers homestand, Memphis, LA, and Denver. Apologies for the delay here. I obviously did podcasts about these games, so very behind, but I got married almost 2 weeks ago now. Went to Hawaii on my honeymoon, hence the Hawaii basketball shirt I'm wearing right now. And then I was exhausted the Monday of the Denver game and didn't get back into a real workflow until yesterday. So today, we're getting back into video making, breaking down 3 games the Pacers played. The Memphis game, I'm going to do a standout performer from each Pacers game of this homestand. They played Memphis. There was really 2 to me, and it was Andrew Nembhard and Miles Turner. Andrew Nembhard was fantastic in that game on both ends. Early, he was a tone setter on offense, and the Pacers did not start that game well on offense. Memphis was ahead, I think, 10 points really quickly, but his defense on John Morant all night was fantastic, and that tone setting on offense was important because after they got through their slow start, the Pacers were awesome on offense. The story of the game was that second quarter 50-point explosion. I did a whole podcast on that game, and to me, the takeaway from that is how simple it all was, right? A lot of just bang-bang actions. Pick, pop, 3. Screen, roll, lob. Screen from the corner, hit the guy in the corner. Just like very basic things that for some reason the Grizzlies could not contain, and the Pacers were very well connected. They got to the right actions over and over again. And Andrew Nembhard set the tone for all of that. I thought he was excellent. I thought Miles Turner was very good as well in this game. His offense was fine enough, a typical Miles Turner offensive game, but paired it with really great defense. 7 blocks, I believe, was his final tally, and I'm pretty sure all of them came in the second half. An excellent fourth quarter. It did get close and shaky at times. Some big sequences in the third quarter. A missed dunk or a missed layup by the Grizzlies leading to a Pacers 3 that got it from a 4-point game to 7-point game, and then Turner slamming the door shut with excellent defense. Memphis is very good, and slowing John Morant is very hard, and scoring well against Jaren Jackson is very hard, and the Pacers did all of it. They deserve a lot of credit. I mean, the Pacers played them early this season, had an awesome first quarter, and then got steamrolled the rest of that game. So to be composed for most of the night and beat a good team at home was impressive. Following it up with a Clippers game that they needed for momentum reasons. The first time they played the Clippers was one of the most insane basketball games I can recall. Runs all over the place, a 15-0 run, a 17-0 run, a 20-something crazy run at the end. Much more calm this time from the Pacers. No Kawhi, no Norm Powell, so not like a very potent Clippers team, but outside of some James Harden master classes of pull-up threes, not a lot going for the Clippers offensively. Zubac has had a really great season for them, but he has not done well against the Pacers. Miles Turner, quite good. Again, he's been awesome since the break. Really a really fantastic month for Miles Turner, showcasing his impact, both because of the games he missed. He was very clearly sorely missed in Utah, in LA, against the Wizards, and then playing great when he did return, but also playing well on the backside of the break when the Pacers are playing against much better competition. This game, to me, the third quarter, Tyrese Halliburton stretch that really put the game on ice for the Pacers. 14 points in that frame for Halliburton. Something I noted when really diving deeper into that game was he looked really fast. And I know that sounds very simple to say, but for a guy that really needed the All-Star break, right? And I talked about this on Locked On Pacers. I'm about to do a story on it, and this was true after the Raptors game, which there's already a video for that game on this channel. He was awesome in that game. The All-Star break did wonders for him, I think. Having some time off to decompress from basketball, which has been rare for him, and really a physical break for a guy that's dealt with a ton of injuries, has been huge. And that speed, he's been able to have some wiggle, get by some defenders. Clippers are a good defensive team. He had no problem doing whatever he wanted in that game, right? And that third quarter was very impressive, and he's had a lot of very consistently high-level stretches of offense of late. Played at an all-star level, I would say, since really mid-December, so going on 2 months of that. And that was another, playing a good team, being the best player on the floor level stretch from him. TJ McConnell was quite good off the bench. He did get hurt in that game. He has not played since, an ankle injury for him. I would say from having seen him in the locker room a few times and from interacting with people around him, and Rick Carlisle saying he's day-to-day, that it would not be a long-term thing. He has not played since, but I can't imagine he'll be out much longer, and they could use him. Andrew Nembhard has not done particularly well filling in as the backup point guard in that absence, and McConnell has been playing better since the break, which is needed. He did not have a really good month or so leading up to that time, but they got good bench play in general in that game. Thomas Bryant continues to be helpful. Ben Shepherd's played well recently. Pacers rolled through the Clippers. It was a very impressive game. Then they played Denver, a back-to-back against Jokic. That's just as tough as it gets. And this game was really fascinating because I felt like the fan base was really down on this Pacers performance, and they didn't play great. They had a lot of turnovers, certainly some defensive miscues they would like to have back. Jokic had a career high in assists, right? He did still tear them up. It's not like the Pacers walked away feeling awesome about how they played, but it was a back-to-back against a team that won the title 2 years ago and has, for my opinion, the MVP of the league this year. They lost by 9, and it took a ton of jumpers from Aaron Gordon, and it took a Christian Brown masterclass at the basket, and it took one of Zeke Najee's best games ever for them to be down by that much. Now, the reason this one felt so painful to me is the Pacers weren't ever really close, right? They were down between, I'll make this up, but something between 6 and 12 the whole game, right? They never felt like they were in striking distance. There were a few times in the fourth quarter they had the ball down 5 or 6 and generated an open three. They could not hit it. That would have been such a huge shot for them to crack that game open and really feel like they played well against Denver, gave themselves a chance. That never happened, right? In a lot of ways, they came up short, right? They truly didn't play one of their best games, but on a back-to-back, again, against a very, very high-quality Denver team, I thought they played all right in that one. Jokic tore him up. Christian Brown was, I think, their stain. They could not contain him on the interior. He kind of bodied them, and they didn't do well enough in the non-Jokic minutes to really give themselves a chance. Some good performers in that one as well, though. Siakam had a little bit of a quieter night, but Halliburton was good. Again, they got good play from Aaron Nesmith. I think Aaron Nesmith's been very good since the break. He's been shooting it well. He's been moving well. And to me, the standout thing for Nesmith has been his decision-making when run off the three-point line. Seems like it's taken a step forward in recent weeks, and that's what really elevated him last year, made him more than just a 3-and-D kind of player when he could do just a little bit more than that. Miles Turner, once again, good. He's done well in the Jokic matchup all season. And truly, Halliburton was moving the ball great. 15 assists against Denver. I talked to him about it after the game because 10 of his 11 shots were threes, and he had 15 assists. So kind of a weird stat line. It was just the way he's defended, right? He's turned the corner on these pick and rolls. Jokic is up high. They're squeezing in defenders. He's reading well that he needs to get off the ball, get it to someone else for an open shot. Those weren't falling, so it made it hard for him to get to the rim for twos. It made it easy for his teammates to take open shots. He was moving the ball well and reacting to that well, but harder for him to get going from a scoring perspective, and he just passed it a lot. Him and Jokic, 34 of, I think, the game's 67 assists. They were just passing masterclasses, taking advantage of the coverage, just thrown their way. Denver was better. I don't think that anyone will remember that as a bad loss, but it did feel kind of weird in the moment because the Pacers really struggled to keep up. They beat Toronto after that. You can watch 8 minutes of that recap on a video I brought out yesterday. So 3-1 since the break. Are the Pacers still firmly in fourth? Playing pretty good. Now above average in offense and defensive rating. This season, I think they can hold on to a top 6 spot pretty easily. If they keep that up the rest of the season, can they hold into the 4-5? I think will be the story down the stretch. Wins will be important. Beating a team like Miami, who they play tomorrow, will be important for tiebreaker and standings purposes. We'll cover that game and much more here on this channel. And coming up very shortly, a fever video. Feeling caught up on game recaps now, finally catching up and chewing through work after 2 of the busiest weeks of my life. So thank you for bearing with me. Catch you guys very soon.